Hello, everyone. Thank you for tuning in. I am JayLee. This is JLeesCorner. I can't see. Okay, there we go. Okay, this is JLeesCorner. This is my review for 90 Day Fiance the Other Way. Okay, season 2, episode 11. Okay, it's late. I'm tired, so we're gonna do what? We're gonna relax, relate, and release. Okay, we're gonna inhale and exhale and center ourselves. Okay, we are going to become a whole JayBirds, dun 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 dun, and all that goodness and stuff. Okay, we can also, follow me on IG and on Twitter, J_Lees_Corner, and all of that stuff that I do every time. But it's 2 o'clock. No, it's not. It's 12:30. And you know what I'm saying, we had to get on because it's just 90 Day Fiance. Okay, it's just 90 days. Now let's get it started with who we got. Okay, first up we have Kendall and Armando, who are living in Mexico, all in love and stuff. Okay, all in love. Now Kendall tells Armando, "I'm gonna go to the bank and try to open up a bank account." Okay, you want me to go with you? No, I think I want to try to do it on my own. I'm like, that's a good thing to do. I almost followed the wrong way. That's a good thing to do. Yeah, figure out around the town what to do on your own. But we then see he lying. He's a whole liar, but a good liar. Okay, he's really going to be with his daughters who are in town because he wants to propose to Armando. Okay, now the third daughter couldn't come, neither could the son, but two of the triplets is there. Okay, he wants to surprise Armando with his proposal and everything. So the daughter there to help him do the proposal or whatever. He brings it because the daughter's like, you think it's too soon to do this since y'all are finna go see his family. Like, well, no, I want to do this because I want to go see his family and let them know, like, this is not a little fling. Like, I'm in this for the long haul because he is the one for me. And I want to show them that this is a commitment. Okay, it's a commitment. He brings up how, when he came out, like, back in the 80s, by the time the 90s hit, about 80% of the people who he knew from the 80s had passed away from HIV and AIDS. He's like, from HIV and AIDS. So he wants to be sure that people are aware of the reason he left his life to be with someone he loved, because, he's seen so much death. He wants to be able to really, enjoy life with who you love, because, again, he's been through so much or whatever. And so we see later on that night, they go out to dinner, you know what I'm saying? He's like, okay, dress real nice. We're going to a nice, fancy place and whatnot. And they driving up and everything. They little matching shirts and things or whatever. Because, again, he thinks they're just going to dinner or whatever. And so they're like, oh, I like this place. Like, I know, you know what I'm saying? And he's like, isn't the restaurant this way? Why are we going that way? Oh, well, let's go down by the rocks and take some pictures. So these are a little area where he proposed with the water and the rocks and the scenery of it all or whatever. He's like, remember when we first got together and I was here visiting and everything, and you brought up how, you know what I'm saying? Now at this point he crying, you said our love in that life is as wide as the ocean. He's like, well, yeah, baby, what's this? Yeah. So saying, and he didn't get down on one knee. He's like, oh my God, are you for real? What is going on? It's raining and everything. It was really beautiful. And he gets down on one knee and proposes. He's like, oh my God, yes, I can't. It was really beautiful. Okay, and they was hugging and kissing, and you seen Armando say something like, I really want to be with you, for the rest of my life. I'm in this for the long haul. It was just a beautiful thing or whatever. And then when they turn around, up on the upstairs, like up above the rocks, where the actual restaurant thing is, whatever, his daughters and like the staff and like this people is up there, clapping and cheering and doing confetti or whatever. He's like, oh my God, this is amazing, because he had never met one of the daughters who was there. He gets to meet that daughter, and he brings up how, his daughters, his family is very important to me, because I'm saying those are his children, and saying that I'm having a little bit of issue with my family accepting me is important to me, that his daughters are happy about us being together. And it was really, really nice. Okay, so they are now engaged. It was beautiful. Okay, next up we have Brittany and Jason. She's been there for a week now. This is episode 11. And she's only been there for a week. Girl. But she brings up how I realize I need to learn more about his culture. Okay. And I want us to work. So I have to do this. And they're going to a mosque for prayer. And she looks really pretty. She looks pretty. She looks cute. She looks fashionable. She looks respectable. Okay, I'm like, this is a good way to compromise, to still be covered up, but still show your shape and still be, fashionable. I loved that outfit. Okay, come on now, y'all know I'm a stylist on my head and everything. Anyway, so they go into the mosque and everything or whatever, and she's learning her job and she's covered up or whatever. And we see that he goes into the man's side and she goes into the woman's side, and she's like, it's weird being here without him, but I, what I'm saying, it has to be that. She brings about she's not really a religious person, what I'm saying, but she does have faith and she's more a spiritual person, and she believes what you put out you get back and all of that stuff or whatever. We then see them go back to the hotel. And you're like, I want to teach you a little bit more, just about the culture and everything. I want to show you, how we wash our hands before prayer. Like to wash our hands, our face, and the mouth before we get, do the prayer, whatever. They pray 5 times a day. And she's like, wow, 5 times? I have to wash my face 5 times a day? Like with the amount of makeup she wears, like that's going to be tough. Okay? And he's like, it's going to be crazy. But she does it. And they get down, they do the prayer, whatever. She brings up, like, I don't know what he's saying because he's speaking in Arabic. She said, but I feel like I'm just kind of meditating. I am closer to God. And so that's a good thing and everything. He brings up, like, while we're praying, you can always ask God for whatever it is that you want. You can ask to be rich or this or that. She's like, oh, okay, like, can I ask for your parents to like me again? And he was like, well, you can. Because I was asking for me to be able to marry you. I'm looking like, once he found out that she's still legally married, I'm like, why are we avoiding, no, she's not bringing up that she's still legally married. And that's why she can't marry him. We then see a few days later, they go out to dinner. Okay, and he brings about his uncle has talked to his parents, and his parents are still upset that she is not converted to Islam yet. You know what I'm saying? He like, we just want to know, I need you to know, like, I'm saying, if you want to stay here and be with me and be Muslim. And she says, yeah, I do want to stay here and be with you, but I'm not sure yet about committing to being Muslim. I don't know just yet. He says, okay, well, for me, that's what I want, though. She's like, okay, and I'm thinking about it or whatnot. He's like, okay, you have 3 days to think about it. She was like, what? You can't just give me no look. You can't. Why you rush? You said you wouldn't rush me. Now he like, no, I'm not trying to rush you, but I just have a lot of work to do, and I need to figure out what I need to do based on what you want to do. Now he brings up in the confessional, saying that he really is the answer for his parents, okay, and that if she doesn't want to convert to Islam, they can't get married, and if they can't get married, he needs to go ahead and just move on with his life. I'm looking like, girl. So, he then tells her, well, if you want to marry me, you must be Muslim. Why wouldn't you tell me that in the beginning? Like, why are you trying to force me to convert? Like, I can't believe you. He's like, no. Like, in the beginning, I was saying, like, you didn't have to be Muslim, but my wife would have to be Muslim. And if you want to be my wife, that's what I need. And she's upset because, again, she feels like he's rushing me and pressuring me to be Muslim, and that ain't right. Okay, that ain't fair or whatever. So then she gets up and she's like, you talking crazy. I can't believe this. I'm going home. She walks out, calms down, She inhales. She exhales. She centers herself, and she goes back in to talk to him, whatever. She's like, look, I understand, what I'm saying, what you need and what you want for your family. I get that. But you can't give me 2-3 days to make this kind of decision. I need time. You can't be rushing me and all that, okay? And all that. You know what, you're right. I'm sorry, I'm saying it's really my family who's pressuring me or whatever, but I love you and I want to be with you, and I will give you more time. I will not force this on you. And now that y'all back together, like I'm like, she's still married. And she's like, we fuss and we fight, and then we be right back together. I'm looking like, cause he don't know that you married, honey. And I'm like, girl, please just fix it before he found out, and then we got to see you on the news, because we don't want that. We don't want that. And next up, we have Jihoon and Devin, who I'm looking like they're going to continue to torture us with this crazy-ass couple. Now, we see they are now moving into their new apartment. They have left that old one, but to me, it's dumb because y'all pay. Like, did y'all get a refund? If y'all got a refund, I get that. But if y'all didn't get no refund, y'all already poor and broke. Why waste money on an apartment that y'all ain't gonna use? That's just stupid to me, but I digress, okay? And so the new place, as she say, it's in a quiet, peaceful neighborhood, and I want my mom to see it so she can see that I'm making the good decisions. I'm like, you are not making good decisions because of the situation that you're in. I mean, I guess starting today, you made a good decision to make the best of your situation. But I mean, you've been making fucked up decisions for a minute now, whatever. Okay, so I'm my girl back. So we see all the parents arrive at the new apartment. You know what I'm saying? His parents picked up her mom and they rode together, not speaking the same language or whatever. And they said, "Oh my God, this apartment is so much better." I'm like, to me, the apartment looks just like the old one, except the walls are painted. Like it doesn't like there's different furniture, of course. It's more color on the walls, cool. But I'm looking like it's not that much different. It's still a small space with a couple rooms. I'm looking like I digress. I mean, the outside area looks better, yes, but I mean, was it more expensive? Because if you spent more money, that's just stupid. But I think people pay for what looks good. Even if it's not the best. Her mom was like, damn. Because the place looks nice, I know she gonna stay. I wish it looked shitty, and then she'd come back with me. I'm looking like, let your daughter make her decision over there in Korea and let her be. Okay, she's a whole ass adult by now with 2 kids, by 2 men. Let her make her own decision. Let her be. Okay, so we do see they all, Jihoon brings somebody give us the new place. We've rented it only for 1 month, so now the pressure's on me to get a better job to be able to afford us, either to be here longer or to get a better place after this. I'm like, he needs to at least get a full-time job, okay, at the least. So we then see the parents and the kids and the grandkids or whatever at the park that's like down the street, around the corner, whatever. And her mom, like, I just wanted a place where my grandchild would have a playground to play at. You know what I'm saying? And so now I'm happy and whatnot. It was all upset because the first couple of days, the issue was a shitty apartment. Okay? And Jihoon admits that was my fault. Okay? But then her mom, I need your son to do as much as my daughter do. And then his mom like, why she keep bringing up what my son need to do? Definitely, I think both parents need to kind of back off and let me and Jihoon mother and father this shit. I just need for Jihoon to step up as a father and not really our parents to be telling us what to do. And I'm like, I mean, I guess so, whatever. And he said, I'll step up as a father, now I'll be better, whatever. And we see that was really it. Then y'all finna leave the park. It was daytime, and now it's nighttime or whatever. And like, okay, you grab one baby, and you grab the other baby. We see Jihoon is carrying Drusilla, the daughter. And then, but she's like, put me down, put me down, put me down. And so he says, okay, he puts her down. We then see they're like, Drusilla, Jihoon, get her. Drusilla, stop, Drusilla. And she's running. And then we see everybody chasing after her. I'm looking like, is she getting kidnapped? What's happening? Of course, it goes off. The girl probably either fell or hurt herself or whatever. Because we see the next episode, we see Jihoon crying. We see Devin looking just sad. And I'm so mad. I don't even want to look at Jihoon. If that little girl asked him to put her down and he did, and then she ran off, and look, he put her down and she ran. Okay, she was running, and then we see everyone chase after her. That's not Jihoon's fault. Okay, he couldn't keep holding her. She's screaming, "Put me down." That's not his daughter. Put me down. Okay, boom. Anyway, and that's what it was with them. And then lastly, girl, Tim and Melissa, who we don't like Melissa. I don't think we like Tim that much either, because Tim is with Melissa. But I digress. So he's been in Colombia for a week now, and he's like, I still need to talk to her dad about me cheating, and if he doesn't hear it from me, I feel like he'll lose more respect for me hearing it from whoever else, because he's going to eventually. It's coming off my head. He's going to eventually find out. And I'm like, well, that's probably true, because I think it's just his daughter gonna tell him. And so he tells Melissa, I want to take him out for drinks or whatever, and then out in public, so he won't kill me or whatnot. And then if I want to do that and tell him or whatever, I think that's a good idea. I think that's a good thing to do, because my dad needs to know. No, he doesn't. You are a whole grown ass woman. Even though I think she still lives with her parents, your parents still don't need to know that your boyfriend cheated on you and you forgave him a little bit and now he's there living with you. They don't need to know that. Y'all can work on y'all shit without you giving every aspect of what he did to them. Because when you do that, he then has to fuss with you and fuss with them. And that means it's going to be harder for y'all to move forward, because your parents will always feel some kind of way. Telling your parents that your boyfriend cheated on you is something that teenagers do. You grown, girl. Get over that shit. That man moved to a different country for you. He didn't move from the east side to the west side. He didn't move from a city to a city. He moved from a country to a country to be with you, to show you that he wants to be with you. Get the fuck over it. Girl, it makes me so mad. So they take the daddy out and tell him he was with someone else. He's like, oh, that's not good in my book. You know what I'm saying? I've always looked at you like a son, and now, my image of you is changed. It's altered or whatever. And you know what I'm saying? We open our home to you. Did this. I'm looking like, first of all, he did it before he got there. He didn't just cheat. He cheated over a year ago. Let's make that clear, okay? He also brings up, well, the best thing for y'all to do, in my opinion, would be to break up. I'm looking like, what the fuck? They got back together, but I digress. You know what I'm saying? She then says, as an adult, I don't want to do what my dad would want me to do. I want to do what I want to do. Then why did you feel the need to tell him, bitch? Why? And I don't mean bitches and she's a bitch. I just mean like, I feel like she's going to break up with him, and this is her way to just torture him for some while. Make him move to my country, deal with my parents hating him, and then I will send him on his way. Girl, it's just dumb. You know what I'm saying? The dad then said, what's trust? Because Tim said, like, I will never do it again. Like, I have no intention to ever cheat on her again or whatnot. And dad then said, love is built on trust. And once trust is gone, there's nothing left. That is true. But people have cheated and moved on and moved past it. Your daughter is just petty and childish and don't want to. And so that's the reason they should break up. Not because he cheated, but because she don't want to move past it. And she don't have to. Like, she does not have to forgive him. But you can't want to work things out, but just consistently bring up that one thing. And that's my thought about it. So that was all episode. That was it. And I'm done. And until next time.